This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Why do I want it buried? Because it's an inconvenience. It should be buried. It's a line that runs through the yard that should be buried.
Trying to get results. Now she turns to RTV6. What happened when we started asking questions about this exposed cable?
Call 6 Investigates is digging into why some schools are still not reporting bullying. I'm Kara Kenny with the latest report from the State Department of Education.
People are tired of their property managers raising rent, but the road leading to their homes being plagued with potholes. I'm Stephanie Wade, working for you tonight.
And rain chances are back with us this evening before they start to taper off. I'll let you know how long we're going to get a break in the active weather.
And we begin tonight with new concerns about how Indiana schools report bullying. A statewide survey reveals less than half of districts believe their bullying numbers are accurate.
Call 6 Investigates. Kara Kenny's reporting led to a change in state law that affects your child's school. She joins us now with why schools say they're having trouble.
Following our reporting on bullying, the state passed a law requiring the Department of Education to do a survey of schools about the problem. They just posted the results on their website. Department of Education asked schools what is preventing them from accurately reporting bullying incidents to the state. The top reason, difficulty reporting behaviors that don't fit the label. The problem is the state's definition of bullying is a long one and says to be bullying, it must be repeated. Department of Ed spokesperson Adam Baker explains some schools may characterize incidents as fights or peer conflicts rather than bullying.
You know, schools might mark it as a classroom disruption, and just depending on the plethora of codes you can mark it on, it isn't always marked as bullying.
In 2017, Call 6 Investigates found 60% of schools reported zero bullying. That story led to a new state law that requires IDOE to send out annual reminders about their duty to report and do a survey to find out why schools aren't reporting accurately. The survey also found less than half of schools believe their numbers are accurate.
We find that a lot of schools to grapple with that. You know, does this fit the definition of bullying? Is this situation? And we have districts that will reach out to us and say, here's a specific situation. How do I define this?
Other reasons for not reporting accurately include that the definition of bullying is too vague and a lack of training regarding the issue. Schools also complained parents do not understand what bullying is. When asked what resources would help improve bullying reporting, the school's top request, parent and student training on what bullying is. IDOE says it will do what it can to get accurate data that will help them track bullying and prevent it.
You can't resolve an issue if you don't know the issue exists.
The bullying numbers for the 2018-2019 school year are due next month.
We're really at a point where the statutes are clear, the definition's there, the glitches are fixed, that there really is no excuse now.
The report outlines the next steps for IDOE, including providing training for school corporations on what constitutes bullying. Reporting from the State House, Kara Kenny, RTV6.
141 school corporations responded to the survey, which is less than half of the school districts in the state. However, the survey was not required and totally voluntary.
Right now on this Storm Team 6 alert day, we already have new damage in central Indiana. The National Weather Service says there's been a report of house and tree damage in Jonesboro up in Grant County. Those are all the details we have at this point, but we will keep an eye out and let you know if we learn more. Now to your forecast. Once again, we are poised for the possibility of thunderstorms tonight, but we may be finally getting a break soon. Our Kyle Mounts is tracking that for you on this Storm Team 6 alert day. Kyle.
Yeah, Amanda, this is going to be kind of the final push for the week. Tomorrow looking a whole lot better, but we do have some thunderstorms out there for you right now. The strongest one moving through Clinton County here near and just north of Frankfort. Going to have some hail, also some gusty winds as it's tracking on off to the east here. You can see Rusheville in the next few minutes on toward Kempton, Kokomo at around 20 after 6 and Taylor from there. Some additional downpours south of Hartford City this time around the Muncie area and also near Winchester. You've got some heavier rain and a few more showers that have been hanging out here over southern portions of Boone County, moving into Hamilton County. And flash flooding could be an issue. We had some of that last night in Sullivan County. Tonight, as some of these thunderstorms move over the same areas, gradually, though, we'll see that line of showers and storms sagging to the south, and overnight should come to an end. But over the next few hours, any of those storms do have the potential to have some gusty winds, possibly some hail. So a good idea that you keep the RTV6 and Storm Shield apps ready to go for any of those alerts.
Tonight, RTV6 is working for you and asking questions for a Greenwood woman who is tired of having an exposed cable cord in her backyard. It's been there for 3 years. RTV6's Derek Thomas goes to work trying to help the homeowner and Comcast come to a resolution.
This exposed cord used to be bright orange, but it's been out here so long that now it looks pinkish. The cord extends all across the rear of 68-year-old Paula X's large backyard. It goes from a box in one neighbor's yard through her property to a box 2 doors down. It's been like this for 3 years. Does this make you angry?
At times, yes. Every time I mow, it does.
Even though she gets ticked off, she rejects suggestions of taking rash action.
My family I keep showing them it, and they said, if it was them, they'd be running over it with my mower, thinking, well, that'll get it fixed, but I don't want to alienate the neighborhood.
The alienation might come because the Comcast cable carries the internet service for many of her neighbors. If it went away, they wouldn't be happy. Not that Eck is.
Please come and bury the cord that's in my yard.
How soon do you want that done?
As soon as they can do it. It's been here forever.
We contacted Comcast and they told us, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We're working with the customer to resolve the issue. At this point, it's too early to give a timeline, but we're keeping the customer updated throughout the process. That said, Eck was visited by a Comcast representative this afternoon, and the wheels are rolling toward a resolution. The cord is not going to disappear, but it is going to go underground. In Greenwood, Derek Thomas, RTV6.
Thanks, Derek. And Paula Eck was pleased with the response she got from Comcast with our help. She told us that's the most action she's gotten in 3 years. And here's another example of how RTV6 is working for you and getting results. Last Friday, we told you about another cable conflict in Greenwood. Stephanie Coe had complained for months about an exposed cable that's snaked its way through her property and her neighborhood. Working for you, RTV6 got in touch with Comcast, and 4 days later, that cable was buried. Coe told us today that she is so happy, and in her words, Channel 6 rocks. And if you have a problem and need help getting results, reach out to us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
Well, people are fed up with all the potholes on a road leading to their homes there, and their property managers they're raising the rent, not getting anywhere on their own. They did reach out to RTV6 for help. Our Stephanie Wade is in Mooresville tonight getting answers.
Driving in or pulling out of this mobile home park, it's almost unavoidable. You have to drive over these potholes in order to get to your home.
Somebody's going to fall and get hurt. And we've asked them and asked them. I've asked them for the last 3 years. I've sent emails to them. They've not took care of the problem.
Sean Bellfire says he and others who live at Sunset Court Mobile Home Park in Mooresville are used to dodging potholes as they pull up to their homes. Some neighbors say their cars have been knocked out of alignment. He's reached out to management in the past, but says the potholes remain a problem.
I just wish they'd do what they promised to do. It'd make life so much easier for everybody in here.
I reached out to the property managers today. They tell me, quote, we do carry out periodic maintenance/filling of potholes at the park, which is typical for these kinds of roads. We just filled several a few months ago and will be addressing any new ones created over the recent rains. Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Thanks, Stephanie. More computers, more room, more parking, and greater access to library services. That's what you'll find at the new Eagle branch of the Indianapolis Public Library that opens this weekend. We got a sneak peek today at the brand new 20,000 square foot West Side facility that sits just north of the intersection of 38th Street and Muller Road. It replaces a smaller branch that served the public since 1970. Even in today's world, with information at your fingertips on your phones and computers, the branch manager says the library is still very relevant and needed.
We provide the personal touch. And yes, you can Google things, but a lot of times we can provide a faster way of, we may be more knowledgeable, staff may be connected to the community, are able to connect the patrons to resources within the community that they may not be aware of. And that is kind of what I like to say is we connect people to people as well as to resources.
She also points out that not everyone has internet or printing capabilities, and they will provide that as well. The branch will have 50,000 books and 24 public computers. The grand opening is Saturday from 10 to 4. Looks nice. We'll still head on the news at 6, trying to decide on the best career path for you.
If you have an interest in sharpening your high-tech skills, cybersecurity may be for you. The training that could lead to a job in this rapidly growing field. The Fever are getting ready for their first home game of the season coming up in sports. The team talks about an early win and has given them some positive momentum there.
And no doubt it has been a very active several days here across central Indiana. This evening, no exception. We continue to track some of those downpours and stronger storms, but we've got a break in the activity. I'll let you know when that arrives. You're watching RTV6 News at 6.
916-1051. RTV6 has been on the air for now 70 years. Thank you for helping take Indiana to the next level year after year after year. I know I've been watching for over 5 of those decades. So congratulations from the entire Holcomb household.
And thank you so much, Governor Holcomb, for those well wishes. We appreciate that. And the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is also joining in our 70th anniversary celebration today, lighting up the scoring pylon in our honor. This is a live look from the Dakota Cam at the track. We have a long history with the Speedway. 70 years ago today, on our very first day, we broadcast the 1949 Indy 500 live. Channel 6 was the first TV station in Indiana, signing on May 30th, 1949. And so many people have played a role in our celebration.
And here are just a few of the many people, current and former staffers, who have shared their memories with us. You've heard from many of them throughout this month. And tonight there will be so much more for you to enjoy. Join us at 7 for our 1-hour special. 70 years together, RTV6 working for you. Former anchors Clyde Lee and Dion Willis lead us in this trip down memory lane. We hope you will be able to join us.
Hiring our Hoosiers is our commitment to help find a job that is right for you. With more and more tech devices in our lives these days, there is a growing need for workers with high-tech skills.
Our Lauren Casey took a look at a new startup that is training people in the growing and evolving field of cybersecurity.
Skills gap in the industry right now, that cybersecurity and what is happening in the world, this job is not going to go away. It's going to do nothing more but get bigger.
If you're looking for a job of the future, this is it. Cyberspace, the online world connecting our devices, protecting our country, helping us do our jobs. It's always under attack by hackers looking to access and steal our information.
It's a crazy number. So many things are connected. Everything you have is connected now, where somebody has to protect that for some hacker getting in.
Jeremy Miller is the CEO of the new OPSEC Cybersecurity Institute. The veteran knows how much our security matters and hopes this startup company can help close a skills gap in the cybersecurity industry. Course participants may have an interest in the field, but he also says they welcome people of all backgrounds and abilities.
Some companies are even taking people out of certain pieces of their company and bringing them in and training them.
Like Kim Sharp, who has a background in design.
Downloading programs or trying to exploit something, that's what I really like about the classes.
Today she's taking part in a base course, working to earn certification and some basic skills.
Fishing, farming, whaling, there's a lot of things you can learn.
She says these skills can help her not only protect herself from hackers, but also her workplace, skills that can make her valuable to a company.
What are ways you can actually find insecurities in a company? Because, you know, it helps protect the company as well.
She considers herself to have beginner to intermediate skills and says this class is for anyone who has an interest.
And that was Lauren Casey reporting. After finishing these courses, students are able to take the industry's standardized test for certification and then land a new job. For more info on the cybersecurity field, just search for this story on hiringhoosiers.com. And tomorrow on Good Morning Indiana, technology is not just an industry for jobs, but a tool being used to recruit quality workers back to the Hoosier State. How recruitment tech works to land the best candidates for open Indiana jobs, no matter where those candidates live. Tomorrow on Good Morning Indiana at 6 a.m.
Right now, if you live south of Interstate 70, all is nice and quiet. North of Interstate 70, though, you may be dealing with some rumbles of thunder here and some downpours of rain. Some spotty showers over the western portion of the state along Highway 41 there in northern Park County. Extends just to the northeast of Williamsport. But we've got some heavier downpours here developing northeastern Hendricks County through Hamilton County. Nothing severe here, but certainly could have some heavy rainfall, some gusty winds moving into Fishers around 6:30 on toward Fort Anderson at 6:45. Another downpour for us is going to continue to move toward Sharpsville and Tipton crossing 31 here. Kokomo going to get in on another round of rain, and we're dealing with some rain north side of Muncie at this point. Northern Delaware County, we've got some heavier rain that will continue to push off to the east, and also southeast of Winchester at this point. Marginal risk that some of those storms over the next several hours could produce some gusty winds and some hail, but it's going to be on an isolated basis, and I don't think we're going to have any severe weather watches issued across the state. But here's TrueCast, 7:30 this evening. You see that line of thunderstorms making progress from north to south, but it should gradually weaken a bit as it does so. That said, still an isolated storm possible just after midnight before we quiet things down. Looking north, though, you can see the downpours that have been developing there. 77 degrees in downtown, a rain-cooled 68 in Kokomo. Tonight down to 60 degrees with mostly clear skies. Actually may have a little bit of fog first thing on our Friday morning, but we are anticipating a dry day. Those temperatures making their way into the 70s, close to 80 degrees tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, we're going to focus on the dry weather here for the end of the week. Your temperatures making it to 79 in Bloomington, 80 degrees in Lafayette, and 81 in Muncie. Over the weekend, we do have shower and thunderstorm chances by Saturday afternoon and evening, but a lot of dry time on Saturday. 80 will be the high. Sunday, really the pick of the weekend here. Partly sunny skies. Going to keep it dry there at 74. But there's that rain chance as we get into the second half of Saturday, and really Saturday night, you can see some more of that rain starting to kind of fill in for us. 7-day planning forecast, put it all together here for you, and there's the nice weekend overall, and that will extend into early next week. Dry for Monday and Tuesday. That's important not only for farmers, but everyone's still cleaning up from storm damage. As we go into the middle of next week, though, those shower and storm chances do return with high temperatures back into the lower 80s. But overall, temperatures fairly comfortable the next several days, and we are going to get a break in this pattern.
Good. I think a lot of people need to make some Sunday plans and really take advantage of that out there.
We'll like it.
All right. Hey, Brad.
Hello. And our plans for tonight have some hoops right here. The NBA Finals moving up a week this year. So game 1 tonight in Toronto. The Raptors and Warriors each have a ton of star power. Had a chance to talk earlier with ESPN analyst Chauncey Billups about the matchup and asked him first about Toronto having the home court advantage.
I think it's extremely important. I mean, you have an opportunity to play in front of your home fans that has been supporting you. I mean, they have a huge, awesome home court advantage here. They got great fans. There's no better way to say thank you to your fans than to get home court advantage, in my opinion, because you get them opportunities to really help you and cheer you on. So this is going to be a great opportunity for them. And I also believe that they need it. To have a chance in this series. You know, they need any advantage that they can have, and having home court is one of those huge advantages.
What's impressed you most about the Warriors in this run that they've made, going to the finals for a 5th straight year?
They have a great coach. They got a great leader in Steph. They got great players. They got maybe the best player in the game in KD at the moment, or 1 or 2, even though he hasn't been there this last series. Draymond, I think one of the best defensive players that we've seen in a long time in this game. Playmaker. I've really just it's been a beauty to see and watch. You know, that these guys kind of stay together, no egos, no big deal. They had one blow up with Katie and Draymond, but that is, you know, the smoke is cleared on that. So I'm not surprised at all. I've just been, we've all just been fortunate to be able to see this.
Coverage starts tonight, 8:30 NBA Countdown. The game will tip a little after 9. Join us afterwards for a late edition of the news at 11. Game number 2 will be on Sunday night, also in Toronto. June will bring the fever home for the first time this season. Saturday night, New York will be here for the home opener. Indiana opened the season with a win on the road over the Liberty. We caught up with the Fever at practice this afternoon. They're coming off a Tuesday loss at Connecticut, but they've had a pair of solid games already. It's a good start after what was a dismal 2018 season. Erica Wheeler put up 26 points last time out. She likes what she's seen so far out of this group, and they're hoping to continue a steady improvement all season.
Our pace is really good right now, and the defense last game wasn't as good, but a couple of games in the preseason, we showed some real tough down the stretch, some defense, execution, made a couple of players feel uncomfortable, so the defense is really there.
Coming off the last game, he played a really seasoned core. in Connecticut and watching us make adjustments offensively. Obviously, we got to clean up some things defensively, but they've shown that they're capable of doing that, and I think we'll bounce back.
Here's a look at the first batch of home games for the favorites. The first of 4 straight here Saturday night with Dallas, Phoenix, and Seattle coming here after that. Chicago will be here in a couple weeks. We'll have more from the Fever tonight on the news after Game 1. Back here to wrap up the news at 6 after one more break.
That's why the bananas look so good at Meijer.
Now that it's almost June, it's time for the church festivals to begin. One of the first starts tomorrow. It's Summerfest at Little Flower Catholic Church on the east side. You'll enjoy food, rides, games, entertainment, and all kinds of fun Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It starts tomorrow at 5. That church is located at the corner of Nolan and Bozard Streets.
And the weather is looking good for that one.
Okay, good.
All weekend, yeah.
We finally get a nice weather day. Right now, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in parts of central Indiana, and that does include portions of Hamilton County as well as Tipton County and also Clinton County for a thunderstorm that is capable of producing some large hail here as we go through the next little bit. So it is tracking off to the south and east at about 25 miles per hour for you, and all those showers and storms will continue to slide off to the east for us this evening. So we'll watch those for you closely, have updates throughout the evening and on social media as well. Your 7-day planning forecast, chance for a few showers and storms as we head into tomorrow afternoon and evening. Then a nice dry stretch for 3 days before we get a little active again and highs are back in the 80s.
All right.
And even though it's nice outside, stay tuned at 7 o'clock for our special.
70 years together, working for you.
Join
Hope to
us.
see you then. Up next is World News.